All right, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of... Why did I say yet another? It's just another. Welcome to Cantrips and Cocktails.
Hey, Brandon, I got this.
Okay, go for it.
Hey.
Hey.
Howdy doodle. How's it going, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Cantrips and Cocktails.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
Finger guns.
I think Ben's got another cocktail for us.
Yep, it's my turn again. So this week we decided to branch off from whiskey because I know a friend of mine was also griping about that we're always doing whiskey stuff.
But we have, we have had a large amount of our cocktails have been whiskey. But you've done gin, I think, before already.
Yeah, I've done some gin.
And
It's
Landon
definitely
did
been-
tequila.
Yeah, it's definitely been like whiskey.
I've got some good rums I can bring in.
I will say, I think it has
rum
averaged
or
out that
something,
at least every other podcast has been whiskey. But
Yeah.
We have a taste.
we like whiskey.
But anyways, this week I decided to bring a recipe I came up with at work. I mean, it's just a modified recipe, but it has a really dumb name, and I apologize to everybody, but it's called the Japanese Love Potion number 75 because we came up with it for Valentine's Day.
And you work at a Japanese
Yes, I work at a
restaurant.
Japanese steakhouse.
Yeah.
And it's a riff on a French 75.
Yes, so it's a French 75. Make it with Roku, which is a Japanese gin that we've actually used on a previous recipe. A little bit of Chambord instead of your Cointreau. A little bit of simple syrup. A little bit of lemon juice. And then shake it all up. Add it to your glass. Generally a champagne flute, but we decided to put ours on ice because...
Yeah.
But
It's really good.
and then instead of topping it with champagne like you would in a French 75, I got a yuzu sparkling sake called Hanawaka. And so and yuzu is like a Japanese citrus fruit. Yeah. So it just makes it taste like a really awesome raspberry lemonade.
Awesome.
Which is what I was going for.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, cheers, fellas. And
Cheers.
let's play some D&D tonight, y'all.
And drink some love potions.
Let's go meet an old monk.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is good.
That's dangerous. Very refreshing. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Can
Okay.
you make
So-
another round of this?
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
So while we sip on our alcoholic lemonade, you guys want to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, real quickly before we start, let's introduce. I think I forgot to do it last episode, so
yeah, that's true.
let's introduce ourselves. My name is Brandon, and I am the DM. Let's go to my little right.
That's me. I am Colin, and I am playing Varis Leodin.
I'm Ben, and I'm playing Cain.
You said like there was more to that.
Yep. There was,
Just
he had the upward
inflection for
I didn't know if I was going to throw out the last name, but I just dropped it at the last second. And
he's
just,
like bail.
Cool. Well, I'm Landon, and I play Celty.
I like to think that our listeners really respect how we keep it tight. You know, we keep it tight. Like
Yeah.
we have our method down.
You think they respect us?
Yeah, I think they really enjoy that when we start off, they can almost word for word say our introduction with us because we don't change it week to week.
Oh,
we're consistent. There's no dead space. We totally don't record for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and cut it down to an hour. No, none of that.
No.
We are pristine.
Yeah, there's definitely not a lot of us sitting here silently looking up notes of the final cut.
Where is it? Where is it?
We're just going,
Where'd it go?
Wait, I have that somewhere. Hold on, guys. Let me go find it. Anyways,
Good times.
That's a great intro.
Yeah, last time we played D&D, you guys delved further into the monastery of Bahamut, which you guys learned is actually referred to now as the Monastery of the Heralds. You guys learned a lot last time, it feels like. You began seeing painted on walls and ceilings these geometric shapes that are somehow connected. You saw similar shapes on the back of a robe that may perhaps belonged to the headmaster or grand master of this temple at one point. Then you guys met some goblins. particularly the Goblin Chief Bamba, who explained, kind of gave you guys some backstory, basically saying this is the monastery of the Heralds. And she encouraged you all to, if you want to learn more about what these Heralds were and what it meant, to go speak to Lukesh, who is the last remaining practitioner of the monk ways of this monastery. Even though the monastery has arguably been dead for hundreds of years, there seems at least to be one person here who's still practicing this monastic tradition. So she gave you a key to get through a door that you guys had previously tried to get through that turned out to be magically sealed somehow. Anything major that I left out? You guys did find a couple of interesting items. You guys found a potion. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you guys learned about the Kalantari, a group of nomadic druids, and a furbolgs, a tribe. But other than that, though, like anything else that sticks out to you guys that listeners might want to be reminded of?
We admitted to murdering a pet.
That's true.
We circumvented getting completely screwed over by a rust monster.
Yeah,
that would have really wrecked our shit.
Yeah.
Those things are scary.
Yeah. Boulder the rust monster.
Saw pretty geometric symbols all over the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, so you guys have just stepped out of what used to be the monastery's library that's now become like kind of like the home to this small band of goblins that were actually quite friendly to you all.
Yeah, they were awesome.
As you guys departed, they gave you guys 6 silver, which I don't know who has that 6 silver.
Varis,
I think I grabbed it.
And
6 silver and a little brooch.
And a little brooch, yeah. So
did they make little bed pallets out of books, or did they?
No, they had little bedding rolls that were just kind of they'd rearranged some of the furniture in there.
Yeah, you said it used to be a very nice library, and I didn't know if that was from age or from them.
It's more from age.
This shelf is now my bunk bed.
No, none of that happened. I will say that when you were in there, if you look closely, it looked like they were trying to preserve the books as well as they could, but age and all that. I mean, the books are hundreds of years old, but it looks like maybe a few of them could be perhaps deciphered and read.
They're also carrying around a rust monster, which isn't exactly ideal for preserving things.
Oh, real quick point to that. Boulder stayed outside the door when you all went in. So he doesn't. So he kind of stands guard outside the door.
Okay.
Cool.
So when you guys come out, he's not right in front of the door. He's kind of down the hallway a little bit. He just kind of curled up and is just waiting there. He's very well trained. I will say though, when you guys do step out, you guys can go back the way you came down this long hallway, but you do see that it actually became this hallway where the library door is an L. So there's another hallway that branches off now to your left. That goes a little more north, and it looks like there's just it's not very long. It's probably maybe 15 feet. That hallway is, and there's just a cluster of doors in different places just on that hallway. There's 4 doors.
Oh, in that case, I stick my head out or back inside the library and just go, "Hey, Bambo, what's down this hallway here?"
Oh, that used to be some of the teachers, the monk masters that lived here. It was their chambers, and then the Grand Master's hallway is I believe where you all were on the way to Lukesh. But those are some of the masters of the temple. It's their private chambers.
Okay. Anything else we need to worry about that might launch us across a room or catch us on fire? Or...
there shouldn't be, as far as I'm aware. No.
Okay. And there's no one else we need to worry about that might be popping up.
No. It's just us here.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. So if something does pop out and it doesn't look like a goblin, we assume that it's an intruder and is going to hurt us.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Very much so.
Good to know.
And
By the way,
the whole time that you guys have been going through all this, Dodrin's just been writing notes about you guys to see it's about the goblin tribe that's living here. It's he's just almost taking a live note taking of what he's seeing and experiencing.
Stream of conscious.
By the way, if you see a small bespeckled man venture in through the front chambers with a curious look on his face, he's with us. Don't.
Good to know.
He couldn't hurt a fly.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye out for him. Would you like us to detain him if we see him?
Keep him entertained?
Let him know that you have met us, that we are on good terms.
Very well, we can do that.
And I hope that should be enough.
Dodrin, would you like to write a little handwritten note with your signature on it that you could give
Wait, what am I doing? Wait, what? For the professor. Okay, yeah, and he writes it down in a short little note.
I don't know how
gives it to
likely he
Bamba.
would be to listen to Bamba on a good day. He hardly listens to us sometimes.
Yeah, he doesn't. Hands it to Bamba.
Cool.
Well, I guess that does kind of answer the question I was about to ask the group, which is, do we go grab the professor before we talk to Lukesh? Or do we do it ourselves to be on the quote-unquote safe side and explore it for him?
I mean...
I have my vote, but I just wanted to see where you guys were kind of laying on that.
Well, truthfully, I see no harm in continuing forth for now, and if it is something that he would wish to also speak, I'd see no reason why we couldn't return.
Dodrin, how upset would the professor be if we made this introduction without him?
Honestly, the professor never expected to find anything living here, so I think honestly I think more as if we just never told him about it that would upset him.
Right. So what he doesn't know won't hurt him.
Sure, yeah.
We can even phrase it as we've made a friend and we wish to introduce you. That may be a little bit alarming to him, but
I was about to say, whenever we do talk to the professor, if we are going to go to Lukesh without him, just whenever we bring it up later, we just say we went through the door and we found him. Not that someone told us he was there and we went and talked to him without him and on our own accord.
he paid us to investigate. We're just investigating.
We need to make sure the key doesn't blow us up.
This Lukesh could be a dangerous highwayman.
This might be one of Dave's lackeys.
That Dave, you never know.
Ran ahead and trapped a door.
Dave is our
knowing
chair.
we'd grab it three times.
Dave is Lukesh.
If you rearrange the letters in the right way. I almost made Colin spit take.
Yeah. Let's go see Lukesh.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to look at those other rooms before you go? Those 4 rooms? I just want to know. I'm just reminding you guys that you guys haven't looked at them. It's up to you.
Celty's kind of just following. She's
Okay. All right. You guys want to go back to that?
So we'll go to big beacon of interest. And
Yeah,
then we'll go
I
to
agree.
lesser interest since we now know that it's kind of more or less clear aside from the goblins.
As you guys walk back, there is an opening to your right, and that is the room that those 2 goblins were hiding in last episode.
Yep.
When you guys were talking without seeing each other, they were in there. I'm just turning your head in. It looks like that was perhaps the dorm room for the students here at the monastery. Like
Okay.
your standard monks, like you're not masters. And it looks like they all kind of live in more like a communal dorm type of situation. So that's what that room is. It's pretty large.
So like a bunk room.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
basically. There was also another door you guys didn't open that's now on your left side. Once you go a little ways past that, you guys can look in that room if you want, or just continue to the Grey Master's room. I just want you to be aware of what you're seeing as you walk.
I'd say we open the door on our way through just to take a peek inside.
yeah.
There is an armory of weapons in here.
Ooh.
So much so the fact that there is some deterioration happening,
Sure.
but there is enough of it that's still in good use that you guys. So I have a thing set up where you guys say what you want to look for, and you guys roll a percentage dice, and that determines whether or not you're able to find that thing in this room, like in good enough repair.
So
that's
that's
just
just general armory.
Just a general armory. There's no magical items in here. It's just like you're like, I want a spear. You roll a percentage die. I know what the percentage number is. If you're within that threshold that I've set, you find one of those items.
Okay.
Well, for now, my
Neato.
naked armor isn't exactly super powerful, so could we take a look around for some plate mail?
Plate mail. All right, yeah. Roll a. Yeah, you can roll. Yeah, roll a percentage dice.
I always forget how to read percentage dice. 69.
69.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. No, actually, no.
Oh.
No, you don't find any plate mail in there. I'll let you
Can I
search
look
for
for
2 other types of armor there
Can
if you
I
want.
look for plate mail, or is it
No, once
okay.
one of the types is done, it's done.
Splint? Would that be the next one?
I don't know.
I think that's.
I
the
just know
next
plate mail
highest-
Splint is the next step down.
Next highest AC. So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and 36.
Nope, no dice.
I mean, their monks are probably not into
Yeah.
Yeah.
much.
I'll let one more armor style be searched for.
Varis, do you need any armor of any sort?
I mean,
Would you like something smoking?
well, it's less that
I
I
start modeling it. Like,
it is
flourishes.
It is lovely craftsmanship.
It does get in your lungs, though.
Well, it's more the attunement of my abilities, as it were. Metal is not really something that I'm keen on.
Yeah, I believe someone with your natural prowess using nature magic, I believe it interacts with your connection to the natural magic weave, doesn't it?
It does.
This is Dodrin speaking.
Yeah.
This is a mystical
Yeah.
voice.
Bahamut just came down to explain the connection of magic.
Well,
armor for
actually, yeah.
But yeah, Varis can't use metal.
Oh,
armor.
because you've already got
I have leather.
Okay.
I think the highest armor you can get is studded leather.
Yeah, and even then, it has to be like, because some of the studded leather is metal spikes, so it has to be
Yeah.
specifically non-metal studded.
I would like to look for non-metal studded leather armor.
Okay, roll a percentage dice.
Smart ass.
Hey, I'm just
Hey,
saying, I
it's a
can't
it's a
use it
druid's
if we
thing,
find
yeah.
it.
The lucky number 77.
No dice, man.
Dang.
Can I ask what we would have needed to roll by any chance?
I'll tell you guys what the number, what the threshold was once you guys are done in the room.
Okay, well, I was about to say that's the 3.
That, yeah, that was all.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to find like weapons, there's still weapons
There's
and stuff that you can look for.
I'm good with my quarterstaff, but y'all are free to.
about to say,
You guys also don't have to do anything. I was just like, hey, if you guys wanted to find something, you totally could.
what's the damage die on a great hammer?
Is there a great?
There's a
Or
warhammer.
warhammer.
Warhammer is versatile,
It's
so
versatile.
D10
I
or
believe it's
D8.
I think it's a D8 and a D10.
Yeah.
It
Boo.
is.
Yeah, I'm sticking with a great
There's
axe.
also
Yeah.
a war pick.
Yeah, 1d8.
That's true.
That's also a
1d10.
thing.
Nah, D12's fine.
Celty would probably be looking for some arrows since she has a
Okay.
short bow.
Yeah, roll that percentage.
Percentage. 25.
Yeah, you find a bundle of we'll say 20 arrows
Okay.
that are in good enough condition to be used.
Okay. Would either of you like some arrows? I don't think you have either of you have a bow.
I mean, I could use a good toothpick.
Can I find a broken arrow and hand it to him?
I just pull
Yeah.
one out of your quiver anyways and just start using that.
Okay. You said 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
20 arrows.
I think that does it.
I'm trained in marksmanship, but
I might look for a net.
it's not really my.
Annette, okay, roll another.
No, he means a lady named Annette.
Oh, yeah, she was the side quest you guys did.
Okay, yeah. Darn, it's Dave's girlfriend.
Is that 80? If it's a 10 and 80, like
Oh, let me see.
it's like the,
Yeah, that'd be an
the
80.
double digit is
That'd be an 80.
It's 0, 0, and then an 8. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
80.
Yeah.
80. Okay.
Okay, yeah. No.
Cool.
No dice on a net. Okay.
All right.
You had to roll below a 35.
Oh, I was like, we're all rolling so high.
Yeah, it was below a 35.
This is like one of the nerdiest things I've ever done for D&D, but I can pull up the math to show you that statistically, a great sword is better than a great axe. I've done the math.
I remember you did do the math.
Yeah,
You told me about
I've
it.
got an Excel spreadsheet with all of it.
What the heck?
Just
I was
if
curious.
it wasn't clear that we are nerds, we're nerds.
Yeah, all in our own special way, but when we're together, it's extreme.
I'll say, I've got 2 Star Wars tattoos and a Legend of Zelda tattoo. Yeah.
We out here.
My birthday is literally Star Wars Day.
So you guys can continue into the headmaster's room.
I would like to warily, like, put the key into the thing, and I'm shaking, just like,
Use your sleeve. Use your sleeve.
I don't have sleeves.
I hand him my sleeve.
Yeah, okay, you gingerly insert the key into the lock. You guys hear a click, and you see this blue energy just kind of ripple across the door as it dissipates.
And I'm just going to be like, kind of like a cat that's batting at a toy. I just go, and just slap the handle.
Yeah, the knob kind of gives a little bit under your hand, but nothing else happens.
And I open the door.
Okay,
You get thrown back 10 feet.
you push the door open.
God, if that happened.
You push the door open, and while the rest of this, and you guys know this is all carved out of a mountainside, but it's been paneled. It's actually looked like a building just that didn't have any windows. Mm-hmm. What's behind this door is just a rough hewn tunnel leading into complete darkness before you came.
I'll pop that Eyes of Night back up.
All right.
You do it. It's still complete darkness ahead of you.
I still pull out the
Magical
torch.
darkness.
It's not even that, like, you feel your vision shift and you feel like it should be able to penetrate this darkness, but it doesn't.
Can I stick my hand in and
Yeah, it's not like that. Like it's more like you would in normal darkness, where like you can see out to a certain distance. As I'm saying, like if you were a human in the situation, where like it just becomes like a inky blackness, maybe like 30 feet down the way.
Okay.
It's still like that.
So it's not like the opaque like
No, it's not. It's not like it's not like
a
a dark like screen in front of you.
So we can still see within a few feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's just for whatever reason that feature with your Eyes of Night, magically granted vision isn't working, and even those of you with dark vision, you still have a limited amount of visibility.
Gotcha.
Just let out a long sigh. Just
Whatever enchantments are here are powerful indeed.
So can I throw up a light cantrip?
Yeah.
All right. I'll do that. I'll
it-
torch.
holding the torch forward.
It pushes back the darkness a little better than what you were able to see with your dark vision, but it still isn't a ton.
Yep. Celty's just like blinking and like one eye open, one eye closed.
It's never
It's been a
happened before.
long time since like it's like what is this how y'all normally see in the dark?
Are these things on?
Smacks her head.
Shall we proceed?
I'm following you.
All right. I push forward with my non-burning, very bright torch.
You walk for 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then
Oh.
this tunnel gives way before you. And you walk into an expansive room.
Okay.
It's a huge circular dome within this mountain. You gauge it's roughly 80 feet across. Mm-hmm. It's empty, except for a large 10-foot diameter dais in the center of the room. It's elevated only about 4 feet off of the ground. A beam of stark white light illuminates the center of the dais, where a circular stone, approximately 12 inches wide, floats, suspended in the air within this white light, slowly spinning on itself. You see two hunched figures leaning up against the dais, facing it a little ways. At your entry, they turn and look over their shoulder. You see these purple, almost gray-skinned figures. Dark gray, almost white beards. Eyes, pupilless, just white. One of them holds a staff. The other one is in almost rags of clothes. And they both push himself up. The one with the staff has a bit of like a tattered cloak about him. He steps forward and he gruffly speaks. "Who are you? And why have you come to the chamber of the heralds?"
We are friends.
Everyone, real quick, just roll me a nature check. Varis, what was yours?
Mine was an 18.
18, okay.
Mine was a natural 20, downgraded to a 19.
19.
Natural 20 stays at a natural 20.
Man, you guys, great rolls. Okay. You all three recognize these two creatures in front of you. While you may have never encountered them before, you've read enough. You've had enough interaction with with dwarves to hear this mentioned before. These are Darrow.
Darrow?
Darrow.
What are Darrow?
They are rumored to be distant relatives of the dwarves. Dwarves that entered and lived in the Underdark and became denizens of that and mutated over time to where they're basically the drow equivalent of a dwarf.
Okay.
Like Duragar as well, but these are like even more like more morphed than a Duragar is.
Okay.
And the one that spoke says, "My name is Lukesh. Who are you?"
We are friends of Bahamut.
That is all well and good, but what are you doing in the Chamber of the Heralds?
Seeking history. Seeking answers.
Bamba sent us.
Huh. You hear them, McCullen. They say that they're seeking history. And the other Darrow now speaks and says, Yes, Lukash, I hear. They do not know that it is not history that we offer, but foresight. Yes, foresight. Lukash then responds to McCullen and says, Yes, that is what we offer. We offer foresight. Leave the past in the past. We look to the future in this room.
Are you referring to the prophecy?
We are referring to the Great Diviner.
Well,
The first part of the prophecy of union. Yes. The true prophecy of union. Are you here as seekers?
I'm here as a tepid believer.
You have doubts.
I've seen my fair share of reasons to doubt what certain members in society say is correct.
I see, so you take nothing at face value. You have faith, but you require proof for your belief to hold fast.
Belief has given me some scars, and I show the mark on the shoulder.
And he examines it and he kind of nods and says, Well, perhaps in this room, today, you will take your first step towards that belief. Should I judge you worthy to receive it?
I immediately kneel.
I'm sorry, Judge? There's a lot of words being tossed around that I wish to know more about, but I am a little bit out of my element here.
Then ask, what do you wish to learn of? I, the last of the monks of the heralds, will do my best to answer them.
I've received visions.
And I will say, point out, he comes up to your all's mid torso on Celty and Varis. He's dwarf height.
Yeah.
So I'm still above him kneeling.
About, yeah. Yeah.
Kneel down to kind of look almost at eye
It's
level.
if he walks up to you while you're kneeling, you'd have to hunch your shoulders to be eye level with him.
Gotcha.
I've received visions of something that I think was here long before the time of the societies that exist today. I don't know what
He walks up to you and he grabs the front of your leather and he pulls you down. You're nose to nose with him, and you feel his eyes are just boring into you, Varis. And he then grabs under your chin, fingers on either side of your cheeks, and he turns your face one way, turns it the other, and he says, you can see that he's trying to look for something within you, and then he kind of gives you a rough shove away so you stand back up. He says, "All right, continue about these visions."
I never dust myself off a little bit before I was interrupted. Visions given to me by I think he's an elf, the man who bestowed upon me my connection to these natural magics. He's told me there's a story to be told, but he can't tell me what it is, but he knows I'm the one to tell it, and I don't know what it means.
Perhaps we can help you find answers here. Do you want to relay more of the information to? You don't have to go into it now, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So
go
you guys
through
are going
some
to
of it.
hear him talk about these visions that he's had, where he suddenly found himself in a forest, but it's not like any forest he's ever seen. The bark is blue, purple dappled. The leaves are oranges and reds and greens and purples and all sorts of shades of the rainbow. And there's been this man there who looks like an elf but has slightly longer ears, who has kind of guided him and spoken to him a few times. And one thing that Varis, I think you would point out, is every time he's gone there has been a 4-winged hummingbird as well when he's gone there. So you relay all that to Lukesh, and Lukesh just says, Perhaps it is you. Perhaps. And he turns his eyes on Celty. He says, "What do you seek?"
That's a good question. For the most part of my life, refuge, escape, friends.
Would you give that to others if they came seeking it from you?
She thinks long and hard about that one.
Bum 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 bum.
Yes, I think. As long as I was not in danger.
Perhaps it is the three of you, then. I have stood guardian of this chamber for nearly 3 centuries. In that time, a few have come my way, thinking that they were worthy of the diviner's grace. None of them were. But you have stumbled in here, without intent, and without the desire to seek it. And maybe that is the reason why you are worthy of it. Step up to the diviner.
I'm immediately popping up off my knees, standing up, walking forward.
I'm sorry, I think I still don't quite understand. Worthy of what exactly?
To receive the diviner's gift. It will show you, if you are truly worthy, where you can go to access the herald.
Well,
I'm sorry. I mean you no disrespect, but I don't know you. I've just only heard of this herald, and I'm sorry, but this is all foreign to me. I'm not your chosen warrior or seeker or whatever you may call me, but what I need to know more before I can do this. I'm sorry.
The prophecy of union has stood since the creation of this planet itself. It was set forth to us by Bahamut. He revealed to us that one day, through all the division of the peoples of the land, through the Dragonborn, but some of us believe even further, that there would come 3 heroes, marked by 3 heralds, who would lead all of those who were worthy to be saved to salvation and walk in the light. That those 3 heroes would be the ones to seal Tiamat, the Queen of Chaos, away forever, our greatest adversary. You all could potentially be the ones that have been identified as the chosen to locate the heralds. Perhaps even you yourselves are the 3 heroes. It is unclear. The prophecy is, well, archaic and ancient, has been passed down through the millennia.
I see. And what makes you think, with an answer like mine, that I'm worthy of such a task?
Because the heroes are not infallible. They're people. At least I believe them to be people who are trying to do their best, make the right decisions. So perhaps an average group stumbling into this chamber now when the world seems on the brink of so much potential chaos and devastation and turmoil and conflict. Well, let's just say 3 centuries has given me a long time to think, and I swore to myself that even the smallest inkling of potential was worth the risk.
I just want to know, would this put me on the pathway to removing this mark?
That I do not know, child. That mark upon your shoulder, that is not something that was divine. That is made by mortals. You are marked by mortals, not by gods.
It's mildly reassuring. So you believe that we either are going to find the heralds or that we might actually be the heralds ourselves?
Well, it's believed that the heralds are 3 items of great power that the heralds will signify the heroes of prophecy. Whether or not that is you, I do not know. It does not say whether the ones who find the heralds are the heroes or just simply the ones who have found the heralds. Again, it's millennia old and archaic. I know that you know nothing of what's being said before you, and he's saying this to Celty and Varis. He says, but call it a leap of faith, if you will. I took one 300 years ago, and I believe that maybe you two could take one now.
If you could go back and choose to do so again, would you?
I have lost most of my life waiting here for the ones to come. I don't know that I would choose differently, because somebody had to wait, and if it wasn't me, it would have been no one. I waited because someone had to. That was my part of the story.
And what of your friend here? Is he not a watcher as well?
McCullen is here just to keep me company. He's a good friend, but he comes and goes as he wishes. And McCullen just kind of says, he just nods very, slowly behind Lukesh.
Can I make an insight check? Just
Yeah,
to
man.
get a vibe?
Yeah.
Poor. 11 total.
11. It's hard to read a Darrow. He's not a race you've encountered before, but he seems very emphatic at what he's saying. He believes what he's saying, every word of it.
What would you have us do?
Well, I would have you do whatever it is that your heart calls you to, but if you're willing to undergo whatever it is the Great Diviner may have in store for you, I offer it for all three of you to take hold of.
Are you not the Great Diviner?
And he motions to that disc, that stone disc that's levitating in that beam of light. He goes, that is the Great Diviner.
Ah. Is it gonna launch us across the room like your door did? Because I'm a little sore.
The truth is that I have no idea what it's going to do.
That's extra reassuring as well.
You said others have come before us. Did they step upon and...
Some were turned away. Others I let attempt, but they were not right for the Diviner to bestow its will upon.
Did they survive?
Some did, yes.
Oh, bother.
Can I get all three of you roll me and this is not going to be as bad sounding as it is, but it's for, just roll me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Charisma saving
Yeah,
throw?
charisma saving throw.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Ocho.
8, okay.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
I think it's going to be a 9.
Varis and Celty. As this whole conversation has been happening, something in the pit of your stomach has been roiling. And you've thought maybe it's being told about some kind of great prophecy of union, something about heralds and heroes and bringing people into the light and sealing away a goddess of chaos. But now you realize it's not so much a sinking feeling in your stomach. It's a pull. And that pull is pulling you, not physically, but almost where you want to go to the Diviner. You want to take hold of it. You can fight it. It's not like you can't combat, but there's some part of you, something in you that is wants to see what happens.
I was about to say, Cain's already kind of walking over to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Varis is pretty sold.
Is Dodron in here with us?
He's just standing behind you guys what is... And he's just wide-eyed. And this whole time, I will point out, Lukesh has not addressed Dodron or looked at him once.
Sorry, Dodron.
He's the professor.
Can he be our Alfred?
He basically is already like that.
Yeah.
He's just badass enough. Amazing artist. Cooks well.
I'm here for it.
Why not?
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Is Lukesh doing anything as I approach the diviner, or is he just...
He just watches you.
I just kind of look over and just go, do I just touch it?
You take hold of it.
I just kind of look over it. Celty and
But
Varis.
I think I'm following up with you.
All three of you must grasp it together in a unified effort.
So, hypothetically, if we're deemed worthy and we aren't blasted to dust when we grab this divining disc, are we to be charged with finding these warriors, hunting down these heralds?
That's the thing about a prophecy. I don't know.
I am just a woman who cleans tables and takes drink orders. That's what I was doing a week ago.
Again, this room is not for what was, but for what will be.
You can make us see in the dark. It's more than a normal barmaid. I don't know if that helps or not.
That is more Cadwin's doing than mine.
We would not have made it this far without your aid.
Celty's gonna. She does. I don't have augury prepared or anything, but
It's a ritual, though, right? I think you can cast a ritual even
if I don't have it prepared.
Oh no, that's a wizard thing.
I think so.
That's a wizard thing. Yeah, never mind. That's a wizard thing.
Yeah. She's gonna take out one of her coins and literally just flip it.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a d4 or?
Sure.
It just the eclipse and the full sun,
Okay.
like the bright sun.
Okay. Odds are. Well, it's up to you what it is, what odds are and what evens are, and what Celty will interpret each as being.
We'll do odds as the eclipse.
Okay.
It's the sun.
I don't know what any of that means.
Only Celty does.
Yeah. She uncovers the coin from her hand, closes her eyes, takes a deep sigh, breath, and walks up to the dais and just looks at Cain and Varis in the dead in the eyes, and it's I guess I'm in, and we'll wait for y'all to start moving towards grabbing the disc.
All right.
And as it's there spinning in front of you guys, I will say the 3 geometric symbols that you've been seeing throughout are etched onto this stone.
Ooh.
So each symbol represents a herald, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Do any of those symbols look familiar?
You've seen them,
Okay, that's right.
but beyond that, no.
What do they look like?
I'm not going to tell you right now.
You have them right there.
They look like geometric symbols.
Okay. All right.
One's a sketch of Colin's face, one's a sketch of
You know what?
Just in a mosaic.
I will show you guys, and then because I was going to say, I'm going to post what these symbols are on our Instagram and Twitter and stuff when this episode comes out.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
So cool. When this comes out, you guys will have to wait a couple days because I want to I'll probably wait a day or two before we post it. But
Sure.
These are the symbols that are etched onto it that you guys see. They're oriented that way, towards you guys. So to you, they're kind of upside down.
Yeah. I gotcha.
And they're arranged in that pattern on this circular disc.
So I'm just gonna wait until they start moving for the disc to grab it. But it seems like that's where we're heading.
Yeah. Well, on the count of 3.
No time like the present.
1,
So you guys reach forward.
2, 3.
Okay, your hands take hold and your muscles seize
Oh, shit.
around it. Varis, your vision blurs.
Oh boy.
Green and purple light flashes in front of you. And then you see yourself in a densely packed wood. Tall trees surround you with leaves of red and green and violet and blue. Soft sunlight creates a mottled pattern across the cool forest floor. Before you is the largest tree you've ever seen. Easily 40 feet across and taller than you can estimate as your neck cranes backwards to try and see the top, which gets lost in the canopy of the hundreds of trees above you. Deer, bears, wolves, and other beasts sit in clumps nearby, waiting expectantly, each of them apparently watching you, waiting for you. Hanging on a low branch of this enormous tree, right before you is a cloak of shifting verdant hues with a geometric pattern stitched into it that beckons for you to don it. It glows a bright green light before you, and your vision is snuffed out. Cain. Searing white-hot pain numbs you and clouds your vision entirely. The next thing you know, you stand in a craggy, broken wasteland. The sky is blotted by dark clouds of smog. Falling soot swirls in the hot blowing wind around your body. In the distance, fire erupts from the ground in geysers 75 to 100 feet high. Red lightning cracks across the sky. Stuck in the ground before you, at your feet, is a sword. More beautiful than any you've ever crafted before. You've seen crafted before. In its pommel, a geometric rune that calls to you. You feel that if you can just pull that blade from the earth, then you could set into motion a path of redemption for yourself. That symbol glows red hot before you, and then your vision is snuffed out. Celty, a soft amber glow appears before you. The intensity grows brighter and brighter and brighter still, until a sudden, brilliant flash. Its warmth and radiance fills you. Just when you think you're ready to cry out in pain, as you feel your skin begin to be seared off of your body, your eyes open, and you find yourself in an expansive hall. Pillars of carved stone reach above you and fade into the darkness hundreds of feet above. The floor is a scattered mosaic depicting the phases of the moon, the sun, eclipses, and the impact of those celestial bodies on the seasons of the world. It would take someone weeks to even begin to examine every element on the intricate masterpiece. In the center of this vast chamber is a single statue of a woman wielding a scepter. Around her chest is a breastplate, so beautifully crafted that the finest dwarven or even elven armorers would be seething in jealousy just to lay their eyes upon it. Upon the armor's breast is an etching of a geometric symbol, pulsating with a soft orange glow, beckoning for you to don it. So for our listeners, I just handed each one of our players the symbol that was on the item that they saw. Everything goes dark. And then one by one, you all wake up laying on the floor of this chamber of the heralds. And that is where we're going to end this episode of Cantrips and Cocktails. This is a bit of a shorter episode, but I wanted to give you guys time to think about this.
Oh, man. Awesome.
You guys get to decide, but you guys now have a magic item called the Great Diviner.
you.
And let me just read this to you guys real quick. Okay. This roughly hewn stone circle is impervious to the effects of spells like Detect Magic and Identify. At inspection, it appears to be a simple cut stone approximately 12 inches in diameter and 3 inches thick. It has 3 markings on the top of the face, and nothing else is distinguishing about it. The symbols are geometric and very different from one another. Now, here's its magical feature. It's called the Herald's Call. The diviner has 2 charges. As an action, one who has bore witness to the great diviner's call can expend one of the charges to activate one of the following herald's calls. The great diviner regains 1d2 charges at dawn. The first call is called the Devoted Shatter. An echoing boom emanates from the diviner. Every creature within 30 feet of you must succeed a DC 14 Constitution saving throw or suffer 4d8 thunder damage and become deafened for 1 minute. A creature that succeeds on the saving throw takes half as much damage and isn't deafened. Second option, the Eventide's Cloaking. A veil of shimmering ethereal power appears around a creature of your choice within 60 feet. For 1 minute, that creature gains a +1 to its AC and has advantage on Wisdom and Charisma saving throws. The third option is called the Brightmoor's Spore. A bundle of wildflowers and moss appears in your hand for 1 minute. As an action, you can have the bundle release a collection of spores and pollen at a creature of your choice within 5 feet of you. That creature must succeed on a Charisma saving throw or become stunned until the end of its next turn. And that's the Great Diviner.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah.
Wow.
So there's the big quest.
Holy hell.
Yep, there it is.
Thanks for listening to this short episode, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that it's a little shorter, but I wanted to end on that note. I didn't know how long the interaction with Lukesh was going to take or what you guys were going to do. So this will be a little bit shorter than our usual episode, but there's a lot to unpack there. So people who, I don't know if anyone would do this, but if you're really into this stupid nerdy shit that I've developed, you might listen to this episode twice. I don't know. Yeah, but let us know your all's thoughts. Leave us a review on iTunes or wherever it is you're listening to this. Hit us up on the social medias on Instagram and Twitter at Cantrip Cocktail. You can also find these episodes as YouTube videos on our YouTube channel, Cantrips and Cocktails. Is there anything else you guys want to mention at the end here? Sure.
Let us know if you have any cocktail ideas.
Yeah. If you guys have any recommendations of cocktails you want us to try, send them to us on social media. You guys can direct message us or just comment on one of our posts and let us know, and we will add it to a growing list of cocktails that we have.
Yeah.
All right, thanks guys, and we'll catch up with you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.